Hello and good afternoon from your Community Stadium. I'm Shaun Cashmore. Next to me this afternoon is Scott Langford, and you join us for this, the first National League North fixture of 2025. It's Leamington versus Hereford. There is still plenty of football left to be played in the campaign, but at this New Year stage you can always start to take an overview of the league tables, and the National League North is tightening up at both the top and bottom. As for today's matchup, well, Leamington put in a performance of the season contender in their last outing here at home. The Breaks could not make it back-to-back points on the board, however. A Boxing Day away trip to nearby Brackley saw them on the wrong end of a 2-1 scoreline. Of course, these two sides have met before. This will be, in fact, the 11th encounter with 5 draws in that time. Leamington actually picked up their first win against Hereford here at home back in April 23. Just under 1,000 were in attendance that day when Ollie Hulbert and Liam Cross sealed the points for the Breaks. The opponents for the Breaks today are the Bulls. Hereford have former Birmingham City defender Paul Caddis at the helm since the start of the season. In his first managerial role so far, he's guided them into 7th, just inside the playoff places, but bear in mind, 2 points cover 5th, all the way down to 12th in this hotly contested division. Hudson and Stewart challenging the centre circle now. It's sprung out wide on the right-hand side, collected by Hereford by Bartley, swings across it towards the near post. Williams tries to flick one on, and it's a fantastic save by Callum Hawkins. Jason Cowley got his head to it, and Callum Hawkins had to be at full stretch. Masterful reflexes by the Leamington goalkeeper to tip it up over the crossbar.
Yeah, I don't know if he was blindsided a little bit by his defender in front of him as well, but it's a super save. Fingertipped it just over the top of the crossbar. Really, really good save from the keeper.
And now again, Meredith will have a chance to take it. No Rob Evans this afternoon, so no mighty long throws for Leamington. They'll go short straight away into Stewart. Meredith drops a shoulder. Campbell does really well just to tow it away from him, and now Cowley spins away from Street, and now Hereford will look to break. Williams on this right hand side, Cowley making the run through the middle. Cowley into the 18-yard box, 1-on-1. Cowley chipped it, thought Hawkins would go down. Hawkins has a quizzical look at Cowley. They have a little grin at each other. I think Cowley thought that Hawkins would commit himself. Callum Hawkins, though, using that 108 games of experience just to stand his ground and took the easy catch.
Yeah, it's a really good break from Hereford, catching Leamington on the transition there, on the counter-attack. I think he's just a little bit too coy with it, just try and strike it across goal, see if he can get any rebounds for the other players that are attacking in. But clever there from Cal Hawkins just to stand up, not commit himself, and easy save in the end.
Hawkins then, left-footed free kick, up towards the edge of the box. Edwards climbs, doesn't win it, but ghosted in at the far post! Leamington take the lead! Well, the free kick came through, it bounced inside the 18-yard box. Hereford certainly won't be happy with that, but in the end, Leamington don't care. They've managed to take the lead, and it's a header at the far post. It's just been touched over the goalkeeper, really. It's one of those that I think all the Hereford defenders are looking at each other to try and work out who didn't pick up their man, but either way, it bounced all the way through. You couldn't quite see through a plethora of bodies, but either way, it was a well-positioned header, not too dissimilar to Callum Stewart's header against Curzon Ashton that he just looped over the goalkeeper. But it's Dan Turner who's been accredited the goal, and that's his first goal for Leamington, back in the gold and black. Josh Quainer will stand over this free kick for the Breaks. Plenty of space out on the right-hand side of the box. Quainer's going to measure it and angle it towards there, where Edwards climbs. It's back across the distance to Walker over the top of the crossbar. And it's a really good ball in by Quainer. Edwards couldn't quite get a free header on it, and then it's just one of those that's half cleared to the edge of the area. In came Adam Walker, but the Leamington captain's half volley was over the top of the crossbar.
That's twice now that Leamington have just put balls into the box from set pieces, and Hereford do not look comfortable with them. Scrappy defending, even that. They've got the first contact on it, but it's only to the edge of their own box, back into a dangerous area. They need to organise a little bit better off there and try and deal with those a little bit better.
Just over 10 minutes until the break. Down the line goes the throw in. Edwards again wins the flick on. Stewart traps it really well and plays Meredith into all sorts of space on this right hand side. Forward comes Meredith. He's going to have a go, drives it low. It's a yard wide of the far post. Dan Meredith, though, had all the space in the world to run into, did the right back down this right hand side, and in his 183rd appearance of the Breaks, he eyed up his 4th goal, but in the end it was well wide of Tom Donaghy's right hand post. It'll be a throw in to the Bulls and find themselves 1 goal down. Down this left-hand side is Hudson, who's just trying to measure the throw, nothing on for him, and in the end he's going to have to gamble and go down the line. It's straight onto the head of Williams, but cut out by Walker, and again they try and send one forward, and Hawkins really had to cut that out because Callum Stewart was lurking. Turner, Walker, down the left-hand side for the breaks, into the path of Stewart, leaves it for Turner, going to come towards Williams and just couldn't quite collect it on the edge, and now Hereford will try and break. Great challenge by Callum Stewart just to slow things down. Hereford still had it with Babos, Robinson overlapping, uses in Robinson, little bit of space towards the far post for Williams, picks out Williams brilliantly. Williams can't quite bring it down but will maintain possession, and now he's got Hudson in support. Hudson, the man on that yellow, feeds it in towards Campbell, arriving on the edge is Darth, but Darth has it stolen away from him, and now Leamington can try and mount a counter of their own. Williams, Walker, Turner, great play by the breaks. Leamington have space on this right hand side to exploit. Stewart just drifts inside, has his ankles clipped, carried on. Stewart, left footed drive towards the goalkeeper, straight at him on his weaker foot by Callum Stewart, but a shot in anger and a shot on target, but easily collected by Hereford keeper Tom Donaghy.
Yeah, it's a super break from Leamington, breaking in numbers, transitioning really well, really good, and catching the defence not quite set, but they deal with it well in the end, Hereford.
The referee is happy now that everyone is where they should be. Landers will swing it in, right-footed, good ball into a good area, good header, just wide. I think it was Callum Stewart who got his head on it. It was a great delivery, really good header, but he just couldn't quite get full contact. And in the end, I think the flag is up for an offside on the right-hand side.
Yeah, to be fair, the Hereford players, their hands went up straight away as soon as he got his head on it, and a little bit of organisation there from the Hereford defence, catching him offside. That'll be the sort of organisation that they'll be hoping they can carry on with. So it's just up for Leamington now just to take control of this half, ride out the first 5-10 minutes and then try and take charge themselves.
Hereford collect the ball in the centre circle. Here's Campbell. Campbell just lays it into the feet of Darth, and Darth escapes all the way through. Darth's going to have a drive! Oh, what a strike from Lawson Darth! He levels things up here at Yukart Community Stadium with a rasping drive from all of 25 yards, right into the bottom corner. Callum Hawkins at full stretch couldn't keep it out, and Hereford have started the second half exactly how they needed to. They've levelled things up. It's Leamington 1, Hereford 1.
Yeah, definitely. We just spoke about them wanting a quick start, getting back into the game. That's exactly what they've done. They win the ball in that midfield area, they drive through, none of the defenders step out to meet him, and it just opens up for that strike, and it's a superb strike into that far left-hand corner, beating the keeper. Cal Hawkins full stretch, he's got no chance, it's hit with absolute venom, and it's a super goal.
Corner will be taken on the right-hand side from the man who's levelled the scores up, Dath. Corner comes in all the way towards the 6-yard box, headed half away by Theo Street, headed back forward by, I think it was Kyle Hawkins, but he got too much on it and just looped it well over Callum Hawkins' crossbar. Certainly been around the grounds as Andy Williams for 50 appearances for Northampton, Doncaster, Swindon. I remember seeing him score a fantastic goal at Swindon in extra time of the League Cup many years ago. Yeovil and Cheltenham, over 100 goals combined for all those teams, so certainly plenty of experience for 38-year-old Andy Williams. There he is, just trying to hold one up on halfway, can't manage it. Landers does really well to bring Meredith into the attack on the right-hand side. Now Meredith drops his shoulder and gets away from his man, chips it back in towards Landers. What a finish from Henry Landers! Looked like it took a deflection, but it's really good play from Leamington. Landers had the peace of mind to find Meredith on the right-hand side. Meredith just turns on that little bit of pace to get away from his man, plays it back into the 18-yard box, and at first it didn't look like Henry Landers could set his feet, but boy could he finish, and he buried it past Tom Donaghy. Leamington 2, Hereford 1.
Yeah, superb build-up again. We spoke about that switch of play from left out to right, where it comes out and it's a lovely drive down the line. He cuts it back into Landers, who's on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's a lovely little touch just to set himself and spin and hit a cross goal, and it's driven low and hard down into the keeper's right-hand corner, who can't get across. Not too sure about that celebration though. That knee slide didn't quite go to plan for him.
It's one of those knee slides where you think, you've got a wet pitch, I'm going to slide in front of the fans, and it almost looked like he was involved in a serious car collision because he knee jammed into the ground. He went somersaulted into the turf, but he's up and he's happy, and he's put Leamington 2-1 up. He is just limping away on that right-hand side. But what I will say for Henry Landers, Scott, is it's no more than his performance this afternoon has probably deserved. He's been at the forefront of everything Leamington have done well. It's only his 4th goal of the season, his 16th for the club, but he took it really well. And like I say, it's a testament to the performance that he's put in this afternoon. We'll come back to that though, because Williams in trouble inside the penalty area, brought down, looked like a penalty. Referee referee waves it away. Well, it certainly looked like a suspect challenge. He certainly went down in a heat, did Andy Williams, but the referee waved it away, and we stay at Leamington 2, Hereford 1.
I don't know if Meredith just managed to get a toe on it before the contact actually came in, and he actually caught the striker there. But the ref was a lot closer than what we are. I think it's one of those where if you're the attacking team, you're always going to be calling for it, and if you're the defending team, you're always going to be saying no chance.
So free kick on the far side will be taken by the man who's given Leamington the lead, Henry Landis. He drills it in flat. It wasn't the best free kick he's ever taken. It was clearly something off the training ground, but it didn't pay off at all. And now Jason Cowley has it right on halfway for Hereford. Rides 2 challenges, lays it back into the feet of the substitute Rose. Rose just has time to turn on it and allow Robinson to come forward from midfield. It's good play from Hereford. Frees up Bartley on the right-hand side. Bartley has a drive! What a save from Callum Hawkins! What a fantastic strike, first of all, from Ryan Bartley. It's only his second appearance for Hereford, and he was looking for his first goal for the club, and he angled a drive towards Callum Hawkins' top corner, and he sprung away. Big save from Callum Hawkins to keep Leamington ahead.
That was destined for the top corner, a cross goal right across into that far corner. If not for Callum Hawkins sprawling across his goal, getting that fingertip save to it, and it's an absolute worldie save in the end to put it out for a corner.
Ball down the left-hand side. Hereford inside the Leamington half. They go back towards Hudson. Hudson just scampers away from Berridge, a little bit too easy, in towards Darth, back in towards White, back in towards the penalty area for Rose. Can he turn on it? Rose trying to sort his feet out. It's loose, it's bumbling around the penalty area. No one can get it clear. Back out now on towards the left-hand side for Hudson. Drills it in low, straight across the 18-yard box. No one there in a white shirt. Bartley collects it on the right-hand side. Played back towards Mitchell. Mitchell's going to try and chip one in. Appeals for handball. Given. Well, Leamington players hold their heads in their hands. The Hereford fans were up straight away appealing for handball. It all happened at a rate of knots. It's tough to see, but it certainly seemed to cannon off a body quite high up on the torso, shall we say, of a gold and black shirt. And late in this game, Hereford have got themselves a penalty as we tick into 5 minutes of stoppage time. A big moment in this game, a big moment in both these club seasons. Leamington 2-1 to the good, and they need Callum Hawkins to pull a rabbit out of the hat. There's still a debate going on inside the penalty area, but the referee's made his decision. It seemed a little bit harsh, but quite often you see the penalties given when it hits a player quite high up, and if there has been a raise of the arm, you're never going to get away with it. The Hereford fans were straight on the referee's case, and to be fair to the referee, Neil Pratt, he wasted no time in pointing to the spot. The man who is going to take the penalty to try and level things up here on New Year's Day for the Bulls is going to be the Hereford man, their number 11, the substitute Jaden White. Left-footed, Callum Hawkins. Can he be the hero, or can Jaden White pull the Bulls level? Still we wait. Referee not happy with players on the edge. Now the whistle goes. White. Saved by Hawkins! What a save by Callum Hawkins! Dives down to his right-hand side, and that is a fabulous save from the Leamington goalkeeper. He's managed to pull a rabbit out of a hat just like he was asked, and Leamington maintain the lead. They win a free kick over on the right-hand side. What a save from Callum Hawkins!
Oh, it's a fantastic save down to his right-hand side. It was a well-struck penalty, to be fair. It was down to the keeper's right, but he goes early, he stretches, he gets a solid hand to it and pushes it away. It's an absolute excellent save.
The penalty was well struck down to the left-hand side, but Callum Hawkins sprung away and tipped it away. Fabulous save from the Leamington goalkeeper. The throw-in is going to come in quickly. Again, Leamington headed away from the edge of their box, and it hooked further away by Ewan Williams. Now Berridge has something to chase. Berridge manages to hold up possession on halfway. Can he bring others into play? Has it taken away from him by Hawkins, and now Leamington turn it over again. Walker has Stewart at the far post. Walker picks out Callum Stewart. He can seal it. He's offside. The Leamington fans are up. George Ward was running towards Callum Stewart. George Ward has to get back into his centre-back position. There's bodies strewn around the Hereford penalty area. Callum Stewart had just gone too early. Hawkins then with the long goal kick, and as the goal kick goes into the evening sky here in Warwickshire, the referee's full-time whistle greets it, and Leamington have come out with all 3 points, and the man who is taking all the plaudits, Dan Meredith, Henry Landers, Theo Street, the coaching staff, the captain Adam Walker, they all go to one man, and that man is the goalkeeper Callum Hawkins, the man who was putting out social media apologies after he dropped one at Spennymoor. Well, no apology needed was the message from the fans, and he's come up trumps for them again this afternoon. He's not only pulled off a fabulous save in the opening stages of the game, he's pulled off a miraculous penalty save right at the death. Leamington have started 2025 with a bang. Callum Hawkins has pulled off a fabulous penalty save late in the game. It's finished here. Leamington 2, Hereford 1. We'll see you again soon.
Paul, a great start to 2025. Leamington taking 3 points against a full-time team like Hereford. What's your thoughts on the game today?
Well, yeah, listen, good side. And I thought they started the game really well. Hereford, that their system sort of got on top of the game in the early stages. But then, to be fair, I thought our first half performance was excellent. Then after that, from probably 10 to 45, had to get the ball wide to get the overloads, which we did brilliantly, especially on the right hand side. Two wide men were fantastic to that, because the wide men always, they want to get chalk on the boots. They want to get in 1v1 situations. They want to get crosses in. But the two boys today, how we've dealt with Hereford's system effectively today, or tried to deal with it effectively, was the two wide men really sacrificing themselves to become inverted 10s when we didn't have the ball. Try and get the block, the spits from there and play from there. We did it brilliantly first half, and probably deserved, maybe could have had another one. And then, we've listened a lot the first half. We started the second half poorly. I say we've started it poorly. They were really on the front foot. It's a great goal from the kid. But then you're thinking, probably the elements are slightly with them behind the back. You're thinking, which way is this going to go? But we dug in, got through them 15 minutes. And we always knew that if we could get our sort of front three involved in the game and the fullback stepping into play, and that sort of came down that right hand side. It was good, an overload again. It was a matter of just trying to get some distance in your passes from the middle of the park to get away from the diamond kind of thing, which we did. And it's a great finish from Hanna. He's having a really strong period at the moment, Hanna. So so at that point then the game levelled up a bit, but then listen, they threw everything at us at the end. Listen, the referees had a strong game, and I thought maybe Josh was close to the boy. It did hit his hand. I've seen that, so I'd probably have to look back at your highlights for see where we are. But I can see why he's give it. And a couple of weeks ago at Spennymoor, when Callum Hawkins was down in the dumps, I said to him in the change room, I said, "Listen, I can count your mistakes on one end, and I know for a fact you'll save us on more than one occasion, again like you already have over the last 18 months, and again he's come up good today. It's not just the save, it's where the ball went from the save. I think he went out for a throw-in. That's he's fisted it away from all the danger. And I think for our first half performance and for patches in the second half and for our counter-attacking play, I think we just about deserved it today.
You talk about the goals there as well. The timings came at really important times, because Hereford were looking like they were on the front foot, but our goals came and put Leamington back on top.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think after a strong start, we got the goal. It was a great to Dan Turner get back on the score sheet. That'll do him the world of good. And then probably in the second half, like you say, when the game, you wouldn't know which way the game was going to go. But it was good, like you say. We exploited the spaces that we thought the system they had is very strong structurally, very strong strength centrally, and you could see in the game we struggled at times. But if we could, there was an overload in there, you see. But we've got the overload in the wide areas, so it's our goals have come from probably them overloads, and their goals come from their overload in the middle of the park. But no, good, and real good performance here against Curzon. Listen, we didn't do a lot wrong at Brackley on Boxing Day. We're unfortunate just come out that 2-1, so just to get over the line 2-1 there now, just 2 home wins over Christmas is fantastic, and some really good individual performance throughout the team. It was hard. I mean, I think it's a real team effort tonight. Difficult conditions again. It wasn't as bad as Curzon, but some massive performances tonight throughout the team, and I think we're all delighted with that one.